thousands of individuals. We cannot simply rely on policing and security.
That I went to, we've got steel gates. You know, what kind of world are we living in? What kind of world are we living in?
People are just people, and all people have faults and shortcomings, but all of us are born with a basic goodness.
70 years ago, Auschwitz, the epicenter of Nazi atrocity, was liberated. Over 1 million men, women and children had died there in the face of extreme ideology. These images have been seared into our collective memory. History must not repeat itself. Our past breeds our present, and how we learn from it will determine our future. And so the Anne Frank Trust teams run education programmes in schools, criminal justice institutions and communities, now in 7 major regions of the UK. We deliver our own extraordinary work in people's ordinary settings. We use innovative travelling exhibitions, peer-to-peer education and specialist workshops to truly show people the dangers of prejudice in its many forms, like we did here at Wormwood Scrubs.
When I saw some of the things that happened there in detail, it was horrifying.
The Anne Frank exhibition was probably one of the most powerful tools we've had in for quite a while. We ran it for 2 weeks. We had over 200 prisoners who volunteered to come. And the impression that we've got afterwards is that every single one of them has taken a different message away.
I didn't know much about Jewish people and their background, and it changed my perspective and it educated me a lot. And seeing Eva at the end of it, that was great.
When we were in the Jewish schools, the Germans realized there were lots of Jewish kids, and they came some days with trucks. In the evening, the parents waited for the children to come home. They never turned up.
And we found that particularly some of the younger prisoners that we've got, who may have actually come into custody for a gang-related crime, have really taken away quite a powerful understanding of the impact of hate, and if we don't address it correctly, where we're going to end up.
Every year, the Anne Frank Trust educates 30,000 young people across the UK. It began its ongoing work in the culturally diverse city of Bradford back in 2007.
The impact of the work of the Anne Frank Trust has been tremendous. We have over 800 pupils who have become ambassadors through the life of this programme, and in turn they've actually guided 10,000 pupils.
The programme is a magnet. Young Bradfordians who have aspirations, dreams, hopes for the future, who are coming together and learning about a young girl who had all those aspirations, dreams and hopes.
I learned so much, and I'll be able to take that knowledge with me wherever I go.
It allows them to feel the discrimination and prejudice unfelt and realise how this is wrong, and if they realise that, they will not do it to any other people.
I felt really proud, and that made me think I wanted to do it again because it was so enjoyable.
They're gaining communication skills, they're general interpersonal skills, presentation skills.
They're making new friends, they're talking to people they never would normally get the chance to talk to about some really, really tricky issues, and it's actually developing them into well-rounded citizens.
Multicultural Bradford has an ever-changing makeup, and its areas of deprivation can provide a dangerous breeding ground for intolerance and unrest.
Living in Bradford, we do have a very large Asian community, and in a sense we do feel that we're being targeted. You see students going from here to Syria just to fight, and that could be any student that I know from this school or from any other school.
There is a growing divide between communities, and I feel programmes like this are helping to bridge that divide, because what it's continually doing is broadening people's understanding.
There's some people on my street that be racist towards others, and it makes me feel a bit sad because it shouldn't happen in the world. It's wrong.
If we don't provide students with the tools to analyse those views themselves and judge those views for themselves, to give them all the options, all the opinions, all the facts, it's a potentially very dangerous situation.
Living together isn't easy. You do have conflicts, but you have to overcome those conflicts, know what you're talking about and do the right thing.
Through the window of Anne Frank, a child lost in the Holocaust, we charge our participants with taking on the fight for all of our human rights, burnishing a strong belief that human dignity should never be infringed by prejudice and hatred.
Our work with the Anne Frank Trust actually allows young people to look at things often from a different perspective to one that they've been taught previously, and for that reason the impact of this work has been massive across the district.
When they actually talk about their experiences and they look at where they were 2 years ago or a year ago and how far they've come. That is amazing.
I think the exhibitions have had such a great impact in our school. I'd certainly say that we need to get the Anne Frank Trust and the Anne Frank exhibition into every single school in the country.
We have a critical message to share in a world where intolerance, hatred and extremism threaten and influence our children. Please help.